Okay, this is the third time I've recorded this video, so excuse me if I'm a little exhausted. But anyway, I'm going to try to make this really easy and concise. It's a subject that's actually kind of boring. It's how to set up Filezilla to access things on the server. Okay, so I'm going to tell you basically how to do that. All right. So the backstory is really quick, is that we have a recording studio called Jupiter Studios in St. Louis, and we have a huge project. We got 3 people working from several locations. The studio itself, some things from other locations, and we're all sharing files over this server that the client has set up. It's called Sepia. And we're doing this major, awesome, amazing toy that I can't wait to come out. But I can't tell you what it is, but this is how to use it. First thing you do is download Filezilla. If you're at Jupiter Studios, this is who I'm actually talking to. Other people will just learn if you'd like to, learn. Anyway, for Filezilla, go to Google, download it. Find it, download it for Mac, for us, okay? This is how you're going to set it up. It's a little complicated. Doesn't work every time. For some reason, it's going to be perfect. So now I have it. I'm going to launch it. This is what Filezilla looks like. It is basically, this is the stuff on your hard drive. This is the stuff that's going to be on the server. The easiest way to log in is to do this. Hit your host, username, password, hit quick connect. Okay, so that's basically what you do. When you do, you'll see the server right here. Subfolders will come down here. But we're going to set this up so you never have to do that. That's the important part. So I'm going to go to Site Manager, and I'm going to delete this site first, and I'm going to start over. New site. Okay, we'll call this Test Sepia. And I don't always get this right. I tried to practice like 3 different times and still messed it up. So this is how you do it. You got your General tab and Advanced tab are the only 2 you're going to mess with. The host is, for us, it's going to be ftp.sepia. For anybody else, they usually look like this, FTP. Some people put HTTP. It hasn't worked for me personally. I'm not a tech. I do not know servers. Probably the worst person to be teaching this, but this is how it's done. Port 0. File transfer. If you put it on here, it always works. If you go down to always use plain FTP and secure, that always works. If you're a tech guy, you may know something I don't know. For login time, login type, just go normal. Now, this is your username and passcode, just like your email. For us, it's Jupiter. Very important for interns. You know that that's a J, capital J. That's called case sensitive. Case sensitive basically means, if you don't know, it means that it knows how to identify capitals. All right, then we have this passcode. You need to type it in, including the exclamation mark. A lot of people use exclamation marks. All right, that's the first page. If you want to take a picture of that video for your video and have that, that's fine too. I should take a picture of it. But anyway, all right, here's your advanced settings. What you're going to do now is you're going to pick a folder to put your FTP thing is. And I'm going to talk, after I teach you how to do this, I will tell you the importance of picking a good folder. For now, we're going to basically find a folder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a new folder on my desktop. You're not going to do that. You're going to put it somewhere better. So be like test FTP folder. So, but you'd probably call this like Sepia FTP, or client name here FTP. So I didn't even name it. Here is a folder, and I have all full of stuff. So I'll tell you what, I'm just going to use this. So you hit Command Delete on a Mac, and it deletes everything. Okay, so that's our test FTP folder. Do not put it on the desktop, because you really want this on your hard drive, because it's going to have video files on it. On a good recording drive, a separate drive is better, because then you have 2 drives, one dealing with video, one dealing with audio. I usually I have Contact, so I use Contact on one drive. I mean, this stuff gets pretty hairy, okay? Post-production, video can get really deep. You can have several tracks of music, several tracks. I mean, when I mean several, I mean like 30 stereo tracks of just music and, 60, 70, 80 tracks, stereo tracks of sound effects, 4 or 5 mono tracks of dialogue, things like that. It can get really hairy, so you just want to split the stuff as much as you can. All right, so your default directory is how you do that. You're going to, auto detect is fine for this. I'm going to go to my Sepia finals is usually where I put mine. So I have Pro Tools, Finals, FTP Video, and my billing. Okay, you really do. I've been doing this for 3 months, and this is the best thing. You want to separate your Pro Tools sessions from your final product, and you want to separate final product from your FTP, because everybody has their own finals. Does that make sense? For anybody else are bored, they're like, I don't care about this. But if you're an audio studio or you're doing things across the country, this is proven stuff that has worked for us. You can try something else, but this is what's worked for us. So let me get on to my desktop and FTP. Here we go. All right, so now we're on the default directory, and that's where everything's going to go. Now here, you're going to put /. If you don't know anything about servers, like I did when I started this project, / is like the beginning of the server. Like if you have your URL here, / index or a folder, that's how it works. A / is the first folder, and the next / would be like a second folder. Does that make sense? And then it could be an item in the folder, like /folder, / another folder, and then / item, dot move. Okay, so that's if you wanted to start in a folder, but you want to start at the top of the directory, and your directory on Filezilla, the server, you want it to match. It's going to match up in this particular folder. It's going to be a lot of data. That's why I like to get it on its own drive. So this is it. Say, now ready? You just hit connect, and please, I have a critical error. So let's do it again. Let's check my stuff. Site manager, it's happened all the time to me. See, every time I do this. All right, hold on. Site manager. What did I do wrong? No port, regular protocol, use plain, advanced user, yes, okay, use synchronized, oh yeah, use synchronized browsing and directory comparison. Okay, let's connect, oh please, there we go, we got in. I have no idea what I did that time, I made it go. Anyway, so now we were here, the next thing I do is bookmark, okay? You want to bookmark this is the most important thing, because the site manager, you don't have to pull that up. So we're going to add a bookmark while your cursor is on this top level folder, okay? Do not check these, and we'll call this sample sepia. All right, hit that, your directory is 1-. Got that, so don't hit those. Put a good name on there that you'll remember. Make sure it's still on that folder that you have. And that's that. All right, ready? Now we are in. So what happens is I double click this, and this is over here. It says test FTP folder. So this is now the same as the top root as my, the top root of my server. Okay, so see how these are yellow? These are the ones that have not been downloaded. So I'm putting this folder over here to show you. So let's go to girls, all right? It says create missing directory. I hit yes because I want that. Now, if I wanted a folder not to download, like I don't want our Pro Tools sessions to download, because I want to be able to browse through the Pro Tools session without downloading. But everything to do with video and final product, you want to download on your hard drive so you can listen to other people's stuff instantaneously. That's where you're going to find it. So notice it went over here. So girls. Now we're in girls, and we can go blue, create missing directory. Okay, pink are the top levels, missing directory. Up here on purple, create missing directory. Okay, see how we're in girls 1, and it's putting this file structure. Let's go into blue. What's in blue? We hit that, And it looks like Dance Interactions has not been downloaded, right? Create directory. You're going through and you're getting all your stuff. Now, the way this file system works that we've come up with on the server is a pretty intense interactive toy with hundreds of sound bites. Therefore, tons of sessions that all have to match. So we have templates that we're using to make sure that everything comes out exactly the same. And that took a while to go through so many mixes and say, yes, this is how we want all this to sound. So when we make anything else, we have to fit it to what we call par, right? So here's Dance Interactions. In Dance Interactions, we have Chris is the guy giving us the video. Jim is me. We're the ones giving it. I'm the owner of the company. So if you work for me, you're working for Jim. It's just simple as that. It's just, I'm not trying to be a smart ass. All right. So now this right here, he gave us these. These are the videos he gave us. I can double click those. These are the ones he gave us. Now, in the beginning, these videos from Jim will not be there because we will not have done those. So just this one. So you are in the blue wand under Dance Interactions, stuff from Chris. These are the videos. Now, Dance Interactions was pretty simple. Now, spells, for example, when we do the boys product version, you can see the stuff from Chris, and you can see all this stuff starting to download. Okay, we have all of these. Now, each one of these, all these spells, there's like 11 spells, and each one of these has all of their parts. So you just go through. Now, personally, what I do is I double click them all. So here's some things to note on our project. Oh, here's something that came up. This is good. I tried to download something twice, so it's going to ask you this. Do I want to overwrite it? Now, here's the thing. Sometimes people will upload something, delete the other one, upload it, replace it, or upload it, but it's not the same one. But I think this thing knows if it's a different one, but still named the same. So I always check this. Overwrite at different size or source is newer. The reason is if I'm doing a video and they change the video and they uploaded it, Pro Tools will find that video and think it's the same thing, but it'll put it in the new video. Because when I go through and download everything that's the most recent, it'll automatically do that. So I put overwrite at different size or newer and always use this action. Okay, there we go. And now it'll always use that. So as I back out of this to like blue, that has been done. This hasn't. This is green. This is on. So this is on the hard drive, which is over here. Oh, I can't point. Over here. Okay. Now, as I tap this goes. This is called synchronized browsing. All right. What can happen at times is you will lose, like you may come over here or here because you're allowed to drag things back and forth. Like I could drag this and drag it in there. Don't do it. You just confuse yourself. I mean, somebody can do it. You might be smart, but I'm not smart enough to do that. I find keeping everything as simple as possible when you're doing something this vast is that you got to make things so you need no brain power. Like it just spells it out. Like to-do lists, programs. So when it's 2, 3, 4 in the morning, you don't have to think about it. You just pick up the next piece of paper, look at it, find the video, plop it in, go to the next function, start putting the things in there. Okay. All right. Now, that's how to get into Filezilla. And let me quit out of Filezilla really quick, and let's see if test our bookmark and see if it worked. So when you go back in, see I have sample CPU. Let's use mine because I know this works. Like that, and it's just so much easier. Yes, see how easy that is? Just there we go. Now this other one is not working. All right, so there it is. We're back in. All right, so for working on this project, this is why this is awesome. What you're going to do is set up your folders like this. You're eventually going to have Pro Tools sessions, your final videos with audio. This is the backup of the FTP file and everything to do with billing. You have to keep track of your billing on a time card. And I like that in a separate folder because when you start, you double click this, you double click your thing, and you start. But let's just talk about these and the reason. Let me get these things over here. So this is my recording drive. I'm recording on here. My finals I'm putting on a separate drive, and my FTP site. The reason is when I download my FTP site and I have all these videos, okay, that are coming up from Chris, and I say I need to work on Purple Wand because it is on my spreadsheet, which is in over here. So we make a Google Doc, okay? So this is our Google Doc. It's a list of things to do. Your color is, like if you're J, you're going to be green. I am blue. Chris is the owner, is our point person, and he is yellow. So we talk to him. Here's a list. We put a list of everything. As we get things done, y'all are going to cross these out. So if I make for blue, this is stuff I have to do today. You're going to highlight. This is highlighted. You're going to use strike through to strike through. You just find it up here. Trying not to make this video about that, but that, so you come over here, you're like, I'm going to do this all Magic Quest. Who is this? All three? No. I'm going to do this blue treasure fish. All right, and I've told you to do it. It's your color, so you're going to go to blue. It's going to be a quest. It's going to be from Chris. You're going to find treasure fish, and there's your file, and you're going to upload that into your Pro Tools file. Now, when you save your Pro Tools file, you're going to come over here to Pro Tools. Now you're going to come over to Girls Wands. You're going to go over to Blue. It's a quest. And yes, see how complicated this already is? And you would make a folder called Treasure Fish. Here. Fish. Darn it. Fish. And then you call it, you have to put the color on there. And then I put PT for Pro Tools. You'll put Final. You'll put gems for final, anything that's done, and Chris, all Chris's stuff will be Chris. But you just want to know what it is, because when you're bouncing around your hard drive, you really can get lost. So I put as many things as I can. So that's where you put your Pro Tools file. When you're done with this file and you're like, hey, I'm done, then you're going to put it in your not your FTP videos. You're going to put it in finals. So now you're going to go to finals, go to girls, blue. Remember, there's like hundreds of files. This is why it has to be done really well. Quest, blue. Now, we've got treasure fish here, just so you know. Okay? And this was the music I made for Chris. But, you know, it doesn't have a subfolder because it was late. I just didn't get it. But you'd make a subfolder, put that in there. Now, let's say this is your final done file. You're then going to come over here. Okay? And you're going to go to girls. See why you want this all organized? Blue. Quest. And now instead of from video from Chris, you're going to go Quest videos from Jim. Blue finals from Jim. So now you go in there, and let's see, we got treasure fish, right? So, and this is doing that. So let's say you take this and you drag it in there. See? Treasure fifths. So it's already in there, as you can see. So we don't have to. But now you can, once it uploads, you can download it. See how complicated that is? And we have to be that file organized. Now you take three things and like 3 different studios all trying to work together. That's why it's got to be that organized. Now, to show you where it would be, it's because I double clicked it, now it's back in this folder. So there's a copy of it, of your done file. So you're like, well, why do I got to put it there? I don't need a copy. Well, this is why. Because when I make a treasure fish, and you make a Piggly Wiggly, and he makes a Magic Blue, and you make it, and somebody else makes the dragon, and Chris puts new video up, and then make changes, it's all in one spot. And that one spot will be your Sepia FTP folder. So every day you can just kind of click through and you'll see yellow ones and see if there's anything new. But we have an organizational system where everything, and this could be called for other people, how we organize sessions. So cool thing about this is anybody could live anywhere in the country and do this. So all over the world, in fact. My sister lived in Paris. And so here's some things we did. The on-offs, these are things that turn the toy on and off. Okay, so we have a toy sound effect. Chris doesn't like this ripple effect that we have, and he says it's too bassy, it's too underwatery, and it doesn't sound girly enough because it's a girl's toy. Well, there's our direction. Now we know what to change. I don't have to remember that. I don't want to have to pick that up in an email. I just want to get it. This is stuff Adrian did last night. This is this is all three of them. That means blue, pink, and whatever. Blue, pink, and purple. And then it was the Magic Quest, which would be, where's Magic Quest? So we go to the FTP folder because you're like, what is this that he did? So we'll go to the pink one, even though it's all three. We know it's a quest. And we're going to see what this is. Let's see how Jim did on this. He did our Magic Quest. This is all of them. Here's Magic Quest. And this is it. And that's the music. So we can double click this and run through it. But I can't do that because this is seriously top secret until it comes out. And I'm telling you, this is going to be the coolest fucking toy I've ever seen. Oops. That is not allowed. Party foul. Okay. These are the dance interactions I did last night. Now, these are things that I need to do. I am in blue. Adrian is yellow. The other person will be another. Or yellow is what we're telling Chris. These are things I need to do. Red is the things Adrian needs to do, I think. Yeah. So here's all of Adrian's stuff. Okay. Last thing I need to tell you is when we share files, we're going to put them, share your files up here. And I disable this one. These are Pro Tools files. That's why I disable the synchronized browsing. Share your files up here with all this, and we'll have same kind of file structure here, but instead they're going to be just all Pro Tools sessions. Like we'll have blue, pink, and whatever. In this case, we're going to only have two, but anyway, we'll have a boys one, and two, and then we'll have all the different files in there. And then we won't, every file will not be there all the time, but if one person, like Jay in this case, is setting up all the files, basic sound effects, and setting up the dialogue for everything, and then I am going to be making music, I will make the music, I will give it to Jay. Jay will import that music, set up the dialogue, set up the video, and get basic sound effects, send it over to Adrian. Adrian will then take that stuff, and he will make all the sound effects and master it. Then, when it's done, he can... So, in other words, I'm going to send audio files. They will be in here. Jay will wrap his up as a zip file. Make sure you do a save session copy as, include the video, include the WAV files, please. And then you will put it on there, and we have to number it. So if there's a Frog Prince 1, and you take it down and you work with it, it's now a Frog Prince 2. If Adrian now works it, he uploads it, it's a Frog Prince 3. And so then Chris says there's not enough reverb on it. Then Adrian can put that on the server, and he can give it to Jay, and Jay can just lighten the reverb because he's the most inexperienced audio engineer. I'm more focused on music. Adrian is super duper good at sound effects. So, or getting really good at sound effects. Yes, he is. All right, so that's the Team Alpha. If we ever get somebody else, I don't know what the hell we'll do. We'll get somebody else who just does something else. So I hope that helps anybody or everybody and spreads good karma and love throughout the world. And now I'm going to sign off.